Where Yogi?
She'll be on at 10:15. 10:15.
Okay.
Hello, hello, everyone. Come on in, come on in. The last show for 2023. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're gonna have some fun. I got questions. I got things to say. You know. Hey, Loretta. Okay, well, who is stopping by to say hi and hello, beautiful back?
Yeah, we need to know who you are.
Because we want to,
we want to give you back that same energy.
Same love.
Jade for. Did you hear me?
Huh?
JewCee. The person that said
What?
hello, beautiful, is Jade Torres Bryan. It's got. It's Jade. Yeah, there you go.
And hello,
Kaylin.
Mr. Kaylin.
Hey, Jade.
I'm feeling this little poppy song.
It does feel very holiday-ish.
It's called Pop.
It is. It's
called
called New
Poppin'?
Year.
It's called New Year. Oh, okay.
It's called New Year.
Okay.
They have a new little section called New Year.
So what's the topic? She don't have her
I
glasses
said, what's
on.
the topic for this evening? She doesn't have her glasses on.
So the true name of the topic, we kind of missed connection, but the true name of the topic is we all deserve to know our living soul.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. You'll see. Plus, it is a wrap up of the 2023 year with my beautiful, beautiful melanated queens. And what's that? Getting ready for 2024.
Hey, Moses.
Hey,
Hi, Moses. It's cold, y'all. Sorry, I had to put the robe on.
It's okay. We don't need
I ain't
to.
mad at you. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Please don't. Please don't. We having a snowstorm in Cleveland. Don't say nothing. That's right. Don't.
Yeah, we got snow today too.
We still going. We can't just have a little bit and stop. We are under a winter advisory until 10 a.m. in the morning.
And we had a high of 60 something.
There she goes.
At least I didn't say. Hey, at least I didn't say like 80.
Say something.
At least I didn't say like we was in the 80s or some shit. No, because we actually got rain right now too. So it's not snow, but we do have rain.
You know what,
Moses said,
Moses?
Baltimore's got some snow.
I have
too.
on the body a new tank top.
All right, y'all, come on in. Tell a friend. We want to welcome all of you to our end of the year. Our end of 2020. We made it. End of 2023. JewCee Tales Erotic Chat. And we have a great topic tonight. We have a great guest host with us again tonight. I got to spend time with my family this weekend in Indianapolis, Indiana. So I got loved on by the babies. Okay. So, that always makes me feel good. And we did an early Rainy Christmas, our Christmas already. So, because, everybody's married, got kids, got in-laws. So we do things like a week early with the fam. So the snow held off and I could get to Indianapolis and get back safely. But I got to show y'all one of my gifts that, early Santa gifts.
I'm here for it.
Oh, you got a
I'm here for
microphone.
Oh,
I'm not.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Whoops. Whoopsie. Actually, for those of you that
Hey, Jalen just got on you. You let us hear and we didn't know. You was here and didn't let us know.
So we
Ma'am.
so this is actually
I think she's ignoring it.
perfume.
She is. Perfume.
This is Shaka Khan's
That's cute
signature
though.
perfume. Isn't it cute? It's a microphone. So I'm going to be loving this forever. And it smells fabulous. So I got to give a shout out to my beautiful niece for getting that for me. She knows her auntie so well. Had a great time. Got to cook a little bit for my family. Made some jerk chicken, macaroni and cheese, cheesecake. Just a few things I threw together and took with me. Got to hold on to my littlest baby girl. She's now 2 months.
I don't like hearing about food that I can't eat. That's why that's why my face was like that. That's just me. I want food.
Anyway,
and I know JewCee can cook too. That's the other reason why, because I know JewCee can cook.
So my great nephew,
Oh.
honey, by the time I got there, it was late at night because you know me, I'm running around. Got there late, and then the next day the festivities started early. And there was a lot of children's everywhere. All the kiddies was at my sister's house, so that was fun. So I got to spend time with my fam. It was nice. And then I left out and came.
It's okay.
Drove back. It wasn't I didn't leave my sister's house. I stayed right there with a bunch of kids under my feet, under my arms.
And
under
did
my
you
legs.
enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
did.
That is. It's really,
She got to see the baby.
You forget sometimes when you're away from everyone, just getting together and just, breaking bread and laughing and just laughing at the kids and stuff. So it was a lot of fun. So I want to give a shout out to my sister Kathy, my nephew Nicholas, my niece Rachel, my other niece Shallon, my great nieces, all the way from IU with her full ride, I might add. I'm very proud of her, Miss Haley, and was in the house, made it back from Bloomington to spend some time with us. And then we had her beautiful sister, Miss Sadie, was in the house. And then we had Katie. All these names sound alike, I know. Katie. Then we had Nora. And then we have the newest little great niece, which is Zosha. And then there are my two great nephews, Landon, and my little great nephew who was running all over the place, Asa. So it was, and then we had some family friends. They're like a nephew, Darren, and his wife Nikki, and their little daughter Rose. So we had a great time, house full, food, laughter, opening up presents a little early, and just had some fun. Just had some family fun. So how was y'all's weekend? Let's start with you, Miss Siren. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. My weekend was a whirlwind. I traveled out of town for my dad's birthday. My dad turned 81 on the 10th. as well as my granddaughter. She turned 3 on the 10th as well. Happy
Okay.
birthday, Neela and Dad. I got to also early celebrate my stepmom, Debbie Milton's birthday. So happy birthday. I can actually say that now to Debbie. And I got to spend time with my other dad, our Lester Sr., and my sisters, Angel, Christina, my nieces, Elena, and Aniel, my nephew, Christian. I got to also spend time with more families. So I have like a lot of blended families, and I'm a part of all of them. So I got to do that. I also was in town to celebrate the life of my brother Antoine Tony Watkins, who passed away on the 29th. He fought cancer and he fought it valiantly. He This smiling face right here. That is my big brother Tony. And I got to see how he impacted so many people's lives. Like it was one of the most beautiful things to see how many people truly loved this man. I didn't grow up with him. I met him when I was 29, but he's still my big brother. He's the third sibling I've laid to rest now. And as the baby of everybody, I'm sure there's going to be more, but I'm going to enjoy, I'm going to honor, and I'm going to love on the ones that I have left over. So rest in peace. I'll see you later, Antoine Tony Watkins. And I also got to spend a great time with my god baby, Tonya. I love you so much. Thank you for your words. They always help me so much. And then I also started another braces Invisalign journey. So if you see me kind of like, I got, and they got stuff on, and it just feels kind of weird. So I'm a kid again. I'm a teenager again, going through braces. So yay me! And that is my weekends.
All right. All right, Miss Purple Rain. You're
Wait, one more thing.
Uh-huh.
Happy 50th birthday, Michael Terrell White. I love you.
Yes, happy birthday. And Miss Purple Rain. How was your weekend?
It was great. So I worked all weekend, but I also went to my best friend's French Christmas on Saturday. A bunch of drunken games.
Okay.
And then on Sunday I went to a fashion awards gala. Two of my nominated, and the other one got second runner up. So I got to support my girls and get dressed up and get all pretty. So yeah, I had a great weekend.
Cool.
Hey.
Sounds like everyone had a great weekend this weekend. That is wonderful. So let us get to our scores before our special guest pops on here and we talk a little bit more about our topic this evening.
Yeah, it's one specific I'm waiting to hear because I didn't see it. I didn't watch it on purpose.
So we got some scores here going on right now. It's the Eagles and the Seahawks. They are playing tonight, and the Eagles are winning 10-3. It looks like it's halftime right now. So it's 10-3. Eagles over the Seahawks at halftime. So moving on. We have our Chargers and our Raiders, okay? So it looks like the Raiders went to town on the Chargers. I think they went to town so much that the Chargers fired their head coach. So the Raiders won 63, and they set some kind of a record with that number to 21. And so the Raiders are 6-8, and the Chargers are 5-9. The Vikings and the Bengals, it looks like the Bengals pulled it out over the Vikings, 27-24. The Vikings are 7-7, and the Bengals are 8-6. The Steelers and the Colts. I had to listen to this game on the way to Indianapolis. I want to thank the Indianapolis Colts for beating the Steelers 32-13. Thank you, Colts. The Colts are 8-6. The Steelers are 7-7. Next, we have the Lions and the Broncos. And the Lions handed it to the Broncos, okay? 42-17. So Lions are 10-4, and the Broncos are 7-7. Falcons and the Panthers. This was a close game. It looks like the Panthers squeaked it out, beat the Falcons 9-7. And yes, that's a football score, not a baseball score. The Panthers are now 2-12. The Falcons are 6-8. And my favorite game. Oh, yes, the Browns and the Bears. And the Browns pulled it out and beat the Bears 20-17 in Cleveland.
I didn't watch that one on purpose. I didn't watch it because I was really, really hoping that my Bears would hold me down.
Not in Cleveland.
Like I always feel like they're going to hold me down, but they did not do that this time. And now I got to hear Miss JewCee talk shit about my Bears because her brownies.
I'm not even gonna talk shit about them, okay? Because the Browns didn't play the best football at all, okay? But somehow or other they've made it. They got a win out of it. Final score is the Browns 20 and the Bears 17. The Bears are 5-9. The Browns moved to 9-5. Buccaneers and the Packers, and it looks like the Buccaneers beat the Packers 34-20. Buccaneers are 7-7. Packers are 6-8. The Jets and the Dolphins. Dolphins are rolling right along. They rolled right on over the Jets. I don't know if the Jets got off the plane or whatever. Anyway, because the Jets lost 30-0. That's why. I mean, the Dolphins beat them, pretty soundly. Gave them a big goose egg. So the Jets are 5-9, and the Dolphins are 10-4. Your Giants and your Saints. Looks like the Saints beat the Giants 24-6. The Saints are 7-7. The Giants are 5-9. Your Texans and the Titans. The two T's here, okay? And it was a close one, it looks like. Texans 19. Your Titans 16. Texans are 8-6. And the Titans are 5-9. Next, we have the Chiefs and the Patriots. Chiefs beat those Patriots 27-17. Chiefs are 9-5. The Patriots are 3-11. 49ers and the Cardinals. Looks like the 49ers spanked the Cardinals' ass. 45-29. Yes. 49ers are 11-3. The Cardinals are 3-11. The Commanders and the Rams. Looks like the Rams squeaked that one out 28-20. And the Commanders are 4-10. The Rams are 7-7. The Cowboys and the Bills. Looks like the Bills whooped the Cowboys' asses 31-10. The Bills are 8-6 and the Cowboys are 10-4. Lastly, we have the Ravens and the Jaguars, and the Ravens handed the Jaguars another loss as the Ravens won 23-7. The Ravens are now 11-3, and the Jaguars are 8-6. And those are your scores.
Your NFL scores.
All right. So, yeah, that was a lot going on football-wise, a whole lot. And here's our beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. How you doing? I feel like I was at a game just now.
We are here. We are here. We have, so I wanted to end the year with a couple of things. I want to throw in a couple of things at the same time as we have our wonderful special host back with us again tonight. But one of the things I wanted to check on and just see, I would like to give out, our first, some awards for our listening people. So my first award that I would like to give out is for the most often sent to the corner on our show. Drum roll, please. And the Juicy Tales Erotic Chat Award goes to Mr. Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you have won. Tell them what they won, JewCee. No.
A lifetime subscription to I Really Don't Care magazine.
Ah!
From Dollar Tree, you will receive a wonderful little feather duster for yourself while you're in the corner.
Yes, go play with yourself.
Is this the Ricky
Go
Smiley
mess
Morning
with
Show?
No.
Yep. From the Dollar Tree. One light bulb so you can do little shadow puppets while you're in the corner.
Yeah.
Jalen cracking up.
So congratulations, Lorenzo. You are our first recipient of an award from Juicy Tales Erotic Chat for 2023. We love you, sir. We love you.
Yes. We love you truly.
So, but tonight we have Miss Latin back in the house joining us tonight. We didn't want to not have Siren available. So we knew she was out of town last week. So we kind of winged it a little bit and had some fun. But this was really the show that was supposed to happen last week.
Oh, okay.
But since you weren't here and Miss Yogi Latin needed your presence as well, we decided to have her on 2 weeks in a row. How about that? And I am happy to announce that she will be joining us a lot more in 2024. Okay. Okay, so I am going to let her tell a little bit about this topic tonight, so that everyone can join in and participate. If you're out in the private chat, she has put some information in there already that's on here. So make sure you take a look in there as well. So without further ado, I am going to turn it over to Miss Yogi Latin. Yay!
Hello, everyone. So first of all, I appreciate you for having me here, and yeah, I'm loving being here and doing some of the work with you guys. I'm happy to know that I'm going to be doing some more work with you guys next year, which just helps me to just get the information out, and it helps us just to be able to communicate instead of me texting all those long messages. And I'm like, I want to talk.
I
So
want to respond. I got questions. Yeah.
I want to go against. No, no, no. But yes, for those who are watching, if you can go ahead and put your birthday and the actual. Say it again.
What
Someone
happened?
say something? I don't know. I heard
I was
something on the side.
copying you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, if everyone can put their birthday, not the host, but those who are watching, go ahead and put your birthday and the actual year, 19. Put that in there also. And just throw that in there. And then also text while you can now the number that's on there, the word soul, SOUL, to 833-635-1943. That's just going to get you into a text community where periodically I just drop information about what's happening in the energy. So most people are really weird about energies versus astrology and numerology. And so I'm not neither of those. I have came upon a training that allows us to be able to take energies per day, per week, per month, or per year, or past, present, and future, and give you a range estimate of how you're moving the way you move and why you move the way you move and what frequency you were born. And this frequency doesn't have anything to do with my, it has a little bit to do with a life path, but most people have life paths and then they just like, oh, I'm an 8. Oh, I'm a 4 and I'm a 3. And what I'm going to do is help you to understand how that life path moves. And we call it the living soul. And so, the living soul, we are conscious and aware that we are conscious, even though some people may be walking around unconscious and still conscious, if you understand what I mean. Um,
Mhm.
Making decisions and on autopilot. We do it a lot. We don't mean to do it sometimes, but sometimes we're just kind of in that whole matrix, right? And then there is the month that you were born, that is considered energy that's feminine, which we all understand when we talk about the moon cycle is with my menstrual cycle, those things like that. That gives you those signs of the pulling energy, the tugging. People start whacking out when it becomes a full moon. Well, a lot of that energy is more feminine energy. And why is it more feminine energy? It's just because we're a little bit more cultivated. We're a little bit more zesty versus just being more simple because we can see things from the inside outside. We may even make it complicated, right? That's just feminine energy. We're multitaskers. There's nothing negative about that. That's just the energy that we fall in. Men have masculine energy, and also women can have masculine energy, but your day that you were born was a forced energy that spits you out into this world. And then the year is the earth. You were spit out on the earth. So if you look at it that way, that's a balanced energy in order to make a human being. And so you're here. So that makes a balanced gender. Okay, if you can understand that. So you don't really have to understand all that, but that's kind of how we put stuff together. That's how some people get life paths. That's how you hear astrologists and psychic readers looking at your energy path, and then they'll start to go into this energy of feeling what they feel, or maybe having these premonitions that come across to them. I'm not going to do any of that. What I'm going to do is actually give your birthday and give you the frequency that it was born. And we based it off 9 archetypes. Some people base it off 12 archetypes. We chose the number 9 because 9 is a sacred number. We were born in 9 months. We were, Purple Rain says she's still here. Okay. We were born in 9 months. There's a ninth cycle. By the time you turn 45, by that time we say you should kind of have an idea what you like and what you don't like. And so 9 is a sacred number. So the soul archetypes that basically we're going to talk about today, they all carry different energy. And what I thought was kind of cool, I was talking to JewCee and I was like, I can actually pull you guys' birthday and get an idea what energies you all carry. So I'm going to give each individual's energy. I'm going to give you all your soul archetypes. Then I'm going to give you a collective archetype why you guys are collectively together. Then I'm going to give you some energies on what maybe maybe we're in a lower frequency. Some people call that shadow. I like to call it spectrums of life because we all are going to flow in and out of these archetypes. So this doesn't mean, oh, I'm a soul conservator and always a soul conservator. No, sometimes you're not effective. Sometimes you're not promoting others or being selfless, right? Sometimes you may not want to do anything and you might go deep in the darkness of depression. And that might be a deep spectrum color. So instead of saying shadows, I like to say it's a spectrum color that you're playing in, and you can just change the color by adding up more colors and maybe make a different color. And if you keep on putting multiple colors all together, eventually you're going to get nothing but black. Okay, so that's kind of the creation of colors. So I got Dani. I started with her, and Dani it was the first birthday I got. So Dani, yours was, you are a soul liberator. You also are, that's your month that you were born. You are a soul seer. That is the day that you were born. And you are a soul communicator. And that is the earth frequency that you were born on. And then when I calculate all of that up, that totaled you into a soul nurturer. Now, what does that mean? So we'll talk about that, but the main thing is that you are a number one soul nurturer. Okay, so just kind of keep that in your head. Purple Rain, you the month that you were born is a soul nurturer, and the day that you were born was a soul conservator, and the earthly day that you were born on was a soul promoter, and then your living soul is a soul seer, and that is a number 6. Okay. JewCee, the month that you were born on was a soul conservator. The day that you were born on was a soul communicator. And the earthly day archetype, you were a soul nurturer. And your living soul is a liberator. I'm a liberator also. Now, what does that mean? And your number is 5. So Dani is number 1. Your living soul is a 1. Purple Rain, your soul, living soul number is a 6. And JewCee, yours is a 5. Okay. So
We're gonna
write those
play these
numbers
numbers.
down.
We're gonna play them. We're gonna
Right.
Oh, yes.
Can I say something funny real quick? Because I did hear you say that it usually doesn't have anything to do with technical numerology,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm a 6 in regular numerology as
You
well.
I'm
you
a
are,
one as
yes.
well. I'm a
Yes.
one as
So
well.
all life paths will be the same as the living soul.
Okay.
So it does fit
Okay.
into that. Now, what I'm going to do is take that and give you a range for how you are to move. Okay.
Okay.
If you,
I like that.
for those who are out there, I'll call it out really quick. Um, um, don't try to figure it out, but if you want to figure it out, go ahead and take your month, your day, and your year, calculate all the numbers up to a single number, and that's how you'll get your life path or living soul. Okay. Now, so what we did was we took that simple technique from astrology, and then we moved into the I Ching, the Bagua, which is like, okay, how do we move energy leaks? There's energy behind all of these. So when I put all of you three together, what stood out all together collectively was you were, um, let's see, you guys are nurturer was the number 1. All of you had nurturer in your whole entire archetypes, which makes sense. And the second one you all had together was the communicator, except Purple Rain didn't have communicator. She had promoter separate from all of you. Okay. And then Dani and JewCee had liberator, including myself, and Purple Rain did not. What's interesting is Purple Rain's charts are complementing you too. And how that happens is a nurturer is if you're in your spiritual walk and you're aligned with everything that you are doing, the nurturer can be a badass, right? Can be it's feminine submissive energy, meaning that you can be feminine and also you can be submissive to like attributes with well-being, growth for individuals. Um, their positive aspects are inner strength, resilience, heavy resilience. Um, you can deal with challenges and then find yourself coming up out of them to build power. Um, you have empathy, and this is all of you guys, by the way, as a group. This explains why you guys are collected together. You have empathy, you have understanding, you share feelings with others, you create meaning amongst others to promote well being. Um, you have the ability to bring life, which can explain why you all have similarities when you're dealing with partners or collective beings that come in your life. You encourage and facilitate development for oneself or others, fostering continuous learning to improve. That's true. You definitely have commitment as a collective, loyalty. You believe in value systems. You also are reliable when it comes to relating. You are providing guidance for others. So you guys are all nurturers, and it's very strong as a collective because you all carry it together. You support and promote well being and develop others by creating nurturing environments. Now, what does that look like when the group is not in that alignment or in their power? Um, it's basically saying there's stubbornness, inflexibility. Um, it could be situations where it's over dependence. You also could have hindrance. Um, Maybe you would have emotional tiredness. Um, you could struggle with others because you're on burnout. Um, you could also be too nurturing and being overly needy if you were in as a collective. This is just saying if you guys are in that energy. So if you can think about the whole year doing the show, you could think about times where maybe there was a variable between all of you, or someone might have been like not as in their nurturing alignment. Maybe one may need to take a break. But when you're in a collective, you guys are a collective dynamic. So that's pretty much what it is. So nurturer basically is one, is the beginning. It is the creator of it because of the one. And the other soul is conservator. So I wanted to talk about conservator because Miss JewCee and myself are conservators. I have it in mind, and Purple Rain has it in hers, and Dani substitutes seer over conservator. So conservator basically means when the time comes to do something, you want to get it done, want to be efficient. You need understanding, you need a rhythm, you need to understand that you want variety, you need efficiency. Would you say,
I
Juicy?
need variety. Variety.
Yeah,
It's the
needing
spice of life.
spice of life. Yeah. So there's a rhythm that has to happen in a conservator's life. Can everyone be in a conservator? Yes. So this is when we start pulling in where if you start, if because you have this going on, maybe you can lean into the conservator. But right now, um, Purple Rain, your conservator plays in your masculine energy the day that you were born. So what that
Mm.
means is that's pretty much balanced because the day you were born is masculine energy. It's forced energy. And the conservator in you is that when I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to get it done. That's what it's saying. For
Yes.
Miss JewCee, on the day, the month that you were born, that governs who you are that conservator, that soul conservator. You would like to have precise things done, but if it doesn't align what I'm saying, then what I do, I go in and say, okay, this is one of the reasons why it may not be aligned, even though you are to walk in the higher frequency of a soul conservator, meaning efficient, variety, meaning you need these things in order to function. You need efficiency. You need to be effective. It's got to make sense. Because if it doesn't, your whole path of who you are won't even work because it leads who you are. My conservator is in my earth, meaning that I have to walk in efficiency by imitating someone. Someone may show me something, and then if it makes sense, then I want to learn how to be efficient, and I'm going to walk that way as soon as I learn it. So that's probably why I'm a yoga teacher. As soon as I learned yoga, I was like, okay, I'm going out there to teach it, and I'm going to teach it precisely. I want it to affect others, and I want others to learn it also that way. For Dani,
Mm.
your seer is, you think of a professor, I don't know if you guys know Sagaru, the guru
I
that
do.
has the hair, and he's been talking to all the Hollywood people and all the LA Hollywood's people. Yeah, people are taking advice from him. So a seer, a soul seer, and if you are not aligned with this, you're like, I'm not really in that soul seer, then let me know. Um, a soul seer, let me pull it, is a number six. And the number six represents in the living soul, um, human being, meaning that once you walk in the light and you're born, you start to look at everything and reflect and see what it is that you can show others, meaning that you are teachable. You want to teach people, and then you want people to be coachable. Um, it also means study, um, getting guidance so that way you can be that seer that people can come to. Um, that doesn't mean that's not for us, but that's just what your day you were born, you were to be in your soul seer compared to the conservator that's running through us. And let me give you some more of it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, here it is. Your soul seer is a androgynous dominant energy. And so androgynous means it's in between the yin and the yang, and the in between is the godlike. So you've got the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine. And in order for it to cross over, the creator, the God, the universe does not take sides. So you carry that energy of, I'm just going to be neutral about it. Um, I'm going to probably speak about who I am. I may speak up, but then I'll die back once I've said what I've had to say. That is the day you were born to walk in that. And that complements your nurturer, your living soul, because your living soul is, again, when we talked about as a collective, all of um, the cultivations of how to be in your feminine, but your seer is leaning into you saying, just be neutral, don't take sides, be that bigger person, be that example. It's pretty much because if you were in the shadow of your nurturer, then you would be very emotional. You want acceptance. You want vibration, and it's okay if you're there. You want, but you want the vibration to feel right, and then when it's not feeling right, then that seer cannot see because it's taking sides to be totally in its emotional, I don't like it this way. It's not working for me. So your living soul is nurturer. And so you would have to be very mindful not to tap into the spectrums of the lower part of the frequencies. And when it happens, you hang really tight on the seer, meaning getting still, reading, as a conservator, us who are conservators, we need to meditate and think about it. We might have to, like, JewCee, you might be in the car rolling out and start talking to yourself because that's a form of meditation in order to get it right. Well, we're going to put this colors and da 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 da. It's a form of meditation. For you, Dani, it would be good for you to get into meditation so it can help when the nurturer starts to tap into the lower spectrums of colors that aren't attractive. Okay. How's it sounding so far?
Woo.
Wow.
Right. You have like not in a bad way, but you have read us all for filth. Okay,
Like, dude, like, no, and you know what? She not fulfilled. You have read us for life.
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah. So this is to awaken your soul so that way you can kind of see how you're vibrating and see how it works. So let's talk about the liberator for Miss JewCee. So Miss JewCee is a liberator. That's her living soul, and that is also my living soul.
I'm gonna set you free. Oh, sorry.
Because you get to be in
Give us three.
you get to be in that conservative, that variety
Yay!
rhythm. I'm free, but I need to be efficient. And as liberators, we can feel when we're not efficient. We start getting wacky. We get very tired and drained. You can almost throw the towel in. But the conservator won't allow us to do that because we're go-getters. And the liberator is a trendsetter. This is why you have started this restream. This is why I have one. We're trendsetters. We're like, okay, let's put this out and let's see how many other people can get part of this. And hopefully people can imitate this because this is some good information because I've done my work, I've studied, you know what I'm saying? It's making sense. People need to know this information. That's the nurture part of you coming in. But the liberator part of you is like, I got to get this out. I also got to speak and get it out. So that's the liberating part of you coming out. Like, I got to get this out because it's got to make sense because people are out here putting misinformation.
Boy.
This is the same way I am about yoga. I'm like, okay, I'm going to die this way because y'all don't understand that y'all need to be doing yoga or getting your body, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to die this way, right? And I'm pretty sure that you probably say the same thing about yourself. Like, well, I'm going to die giving this sexologist information because somebody's going to hear it, right?
And you're right, and it needs to be done correctly because there
Correctly.
is so much misinformation and lack of information,
Mhm.
and people tend to listen to just about anything and anyone,
Yeah.
and you got a lot of sheep.
Yeah.
Got a lot of sheep, and they all are going off the cliff together. They're all
Together. You're so right. And we're over here like, no, 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 no.
We're like, wait,
There's
stop!
other options.
They all
Come
going
back.
Come back.
Come back.
They
Yeah.
all going to the cliff together. Bye bye.
Yes. So the shadows of that are the spectrum, the lower spectrums of that for us as a liberator. And remember, all of us can be a liberator. There's times when we are trendsetters. Purple Rain is a trendsetter in Indianapolis. It's Purple Rain. She has her events, and then people are mimicking that. People are like, oh, we going to that event. Oh, she's got it. I need to be a part of that. I'm put my costume on. She said this was going to be. And we all down for it. So there's times when you are in your liberator, but you still walk as a seer. So I haven't said anything about yours yet. Your liberator, your living soul is a seer. What I was telling you about Dani in the day she was born, she needs to use her seer to help her nurture or not tap into the lower frequencies of being overly emotional, wanting acceptance. She wants to feel the vibe. And if the vibe ain't there, you're like, well, what's going on, right? Your seer stands really strong because it is your living soul. You are to walk that way. You are to be the teacher. You are to be the promoter. You pretty much can hold all of the archetypes strongly. But if you're not holding them strongly, then this is where we would go into a whole matrix path traits to kind of say, this will you need to kind of work here and tap into this archetype here and tap into this archetype. That doesn't mean that you're there. But if you are there and you're like, no, I'm all in. I study and I also come out and I teach people. And then I teach people how to imitate. I also teach people how to not really be emotional. I also teach people to be trendsetters and be powerful. So, you know, a seer is going to see all of the archetypes and help everybody balance out. Okay, I'm pansexual. So y'all need to understand it's okay to like this and that because I love people to who I am. So you're all of that. Right? That's your living soul. You are to be that way. That's probably why you are who you are. right? She like,
Yeah.
and back to the liberator's shadow. So for our liberator shadows, a lot of that is when we, and I can just say this off my head, when we're not doing our study and meditation, or working our passion, we start to get into this quietness, and then there's stagnant energy. And when the stagnant energy starts to happen, it starts to affect the health. And then when there's a health issue, then we start taking on other people's energy, and then we'll just forget ourselves for a while just to be able to avoid what's really happening with us. Liberators do that because we are the trendsetters. We are the ones to liberate everyone, to let people know that go out there and try this, go out there and do something new. And when we're not doing that, we will just kind of shut down, get quiet. You might not hear much from us, right? And that's just how we flow. Now, we can't stay in there too long. We all can't stay in there too long. You got your hand up? You got a question?
No, I'm pointing at her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
pointing at her.
Yeah. I do the same thing. That's why I know. So I have a director that does me like that. He's like, okay, now, you'll go out and do a big old bang, it'd be a whole bang for 3 months, videos and everything. Everything's big charade. And then all of a sudden, boop, quiet.
Radio silent.
Yeah. And everybody's like, where's
And
she
that's how
going?
you know something's wrong.
That's how you know something's
And then that's when
wrong.
she gets a phone call. What's wrong?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just that, I think also during that time though, I'm trying to figure out how to fix it.
Yes. Yes,
I'm
exactly.
trying,
I'm
I'm trying to
sure.
figure out how to fix it, or how not to, and this, I know this comes from my upbringing, because I used to be, although I am getting a little more back to her, there was a time when my mouth it was on an automatic pilot, and whatever my mind thought, it just came on out. It didn't, there was no filter. If your dress was ugly, your dress was ugly. It
Verbal diarrhea. Verbal diarrhea.
if
Talk about
you
read
know,
the film.
if you needed to know there was no Santa Claus, I'd let you know that in the
That's
kindergarten.
me. Yep.
Okay. So I mean, so my mother,
Ruining them kids. Just
my,
ruining them kids.
I sure did. I told
I'm
her
the same way. I do
no
this.
tooth fairy, no this, no
That's me. Oh my God. Someone said,
that.
Who you tell that to?
did you do that
I
to me?
did in kindergarten. I did.
Mhm.
The teacher
Same
had
way.
to talk to my mother.
I was the same way.
But my mother was like, "Did she lie?" You know? So what
You done told the kids in the kindergarten class
they were
There is no
that there
crying.
was
Santa
no
Claus.
Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, or Santa
That's
Claus.
They
right.
were
That's
crying.
right.
I don't give a. I didn't care.
Well, because liberators carry androgynous neutral energy. They're androgynous neutral versus others are androgynous submissive. They'll give in a little bit and listen, but we're like, I'm neutral, but I'm going to give this side and this side so y'all can make a decision. I'm not going to just sit there and be like, yep, there's the tooth fairy. Yep. No. And it says right here, the soul liberator basically
I will set you
believes
free.
they believe in truth, freedom. So the opposite of liberating, right, is non-truth, right?
Mhm.
So
I get it.
we,
I get it. I'm just saying that's so her.
yeah, yeah.
But I
Um,
try
I see
to
some of that
do
in
it.
myself as well, so I can't even trip.
yeah.
I do. I mean, I do try. I do try to. I try to. I was trying to temper it, but I'm not trying to temper it no more. I'm done
Well, you
tempering.
60. Don't temper it, baby.
No, it's
Don't,
not.
please
Yeah.
don't. I'm
It's
realizing that, I think we feel like we temper this. We temper it because we feel like we're gonna hurt somebody's feelings or whatever.
mm-hmm.
Thing is that, and what I'm learning is that everybody has their human revolution, and sometimes people need to hear that in that moment.
That's right. And
So
that's so you're governed by the liberator, Dani. Your first month that you were born, you're governed by the liberator.
that
That's your
explains a whole lot.
Yeah, you're a soul liberator, seer, right? Communicator and nurturer. So those are like very powerful in an order. I'm just saying, the month you were born is liberator. I got to get it out. I got to tell the truth. The seer is I'm going to study, and then I hope others will also see what I'm saying. The communicator is I'm going to communicate on this earth, and I'm going to get it out. I'm going to make some money. I'm going to figure out how to get in my masculine, because communicator is masculine. It's like it's going to make its money. Without communicating, we wouldn't have money, right? We wouldn't be able to do exchange. So it has that masculine, sorry, submissive energy where it's going to initiate that I got to go over here and create money over here. And I'm going to bend to it because I know how to communicate and get it out and make that money. So that's kind of how yours fall. And then also as liberators, sometimes we have detachment issues where once we're locked in, we don't know how to disattach. We have to kind of figure it out a little bit. Those are like close ones to us. And so, we'll get cold. That's why the shutdown happens, because it's like, I'm trying to figure it out, or did I do something incorrect? Or how do I come another way? And while we're doing all that, time is passing and many people are then moved on while we still over here trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So what is it when you can cut it off and just be like, I always say my cutoff game is savage as hell.
That's the seer.
Okay.
That's the seer. Because the seer doesn't deal with no bullshit. The seer's like, I can see it. I see it clearly. That's why it's called a seer. I see everything. I study everything. I hope that everyone can see that what I'm teaching makes sense. And I'm going to voice it, but I also know how to voice it in a very dominant way, but I also know how to back up and be neutral. But you'll voice it and then you'll stand back. Most times seers are leaders that know how to be effective. And if you feel like you're not there, just know that is what your the day you were born.
I'm there.
And took breath. It's like
I'm there.
I gotta be there.
I'm there.
Okay. So again, Dani, your living soul is nurturer. Purple Rain, your living soul is seer. Now, how is your seer different from hers? Well, you have nurturer as your month, the governed month, right? So because nurturers know how to nurture, they know how to take care of things, they know how to be precise, they can be in their feminine and be submissive. And then you have conservator hitting right next to it. Don't get it twisted just because I know how to be very kind and loving. I also am going to know how to get shit done. And I'm not going to play when I want things done. I'm going to be sufficient. So that's your conservator. But then you have promoter where nobody has promoter. And promoter is androgynous submissive energy. And what promoter does is in this month right now. So December is a soul promoter, a governed month. And it is leisure and play, selflessness. Might want to just kick back and get with some friends just to enjoy a good time. Promote others. You may promote events, kind of what you already do. You might want to come up with ideas to promote. So you're that promoter that's why everyone knows you as Purple Rain in the city. So you're pretty aligned with that. And then that just tells the spin tail of your seer, how you're creating your world, teaching information, whatever else that you do in Indianapolis that makes you who you are.
I like it.
Yeah. And then and then again, JewCee's always going to come right at the beginning. Her governed month is soul conservator. I need shit done, efficient. It's got to make sense. It's got to have some clarity. I need a little bit of rhythm and variety. I'm also a communicator, which is the day I was born. So I'm going to communicate it. I know how I want to make some money, but also we can be in our shadows of our money also sometimes too, where we're like, Okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, boom, 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 boom. And then all of a sudden something crashes, right? So as communicators, we have to be mindful about, you know, how we're communicating, or if the communication is clear, or there's different routes to communicate. So maybe just being in, because you have masculine behind communicator, masculine energy will do the same thing, but the submissive part of you can swing it where, like, I'm gonna add a little twist to that because the conservator likes efficiency, but you also like variety. So you're not going to be too caught up in just communicating one way. You're going to communicate many different ways, so that conservator helps you. Had you not had that conservator, then I would say the communicator might be a little dry. You're not making the money the way you want to. Just like you right now, you Uber, you're like, I'm gonna make my money. I'm jumping in this Uber, make this money.
I do today.
That's right. You're like, no, I need 3 days to clock back in. So the communicator of you is you're going to make it happen. You're not going to sit around with it. And that conservator is not going to allow you to sit back and be like, but you said you want variety and sit back and vibe. Be like, nah, but I still got to make this money. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta go get my paper.
I need to make my paper.
Well, we always say we don't stop money.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Go get it. It ain't. I don't know anyone that has planted a quarter and it has sprouted a tree yet. So there's anyone out there,
a quarter, not a dollar bill. A quarter.
I said a quarter, right? Not a dollar bill. Dollar bill is going to just go back to the earth.
That's right. Quarter's just going to sit there in its position with rust around it.
Right. That's it. It's going to sit. It's not going to multiply. It's not going to divide. It's just going to sit there.
It's just going to stay the same.
I mean, that's why I said the dollar bill instead, because at least that'll go into the earth and nurture it a little bit.
I need that dollar bill. I can lose a
quarter. You need the dollar bill, though.
You know, right? Can't lose it. I can lose a quarter or a dime or something. I can't lose no dollar bill. Oh, this has really been, this is kind of cool. This has been very, very enlightening.
Yeah,
this is so spot on. I don't like it.
No, so let me add to it just on this part where I took all three of you collectively together and put you in the 9 general ways that most people live, or 9 perspectives of like finances, love and leisure, contribution, things like that. So we have 9 of them that we chose that we think most people kind of weave in and out of, or they may need some more strength in it or pay attention to. And this is the part where I go into the forecasting part. I'm just doing you guys as a collective, but it can go into individual and it can go vastly where I can tell you every day for the whole year, for the whole month, what energies, what days are the highest energies for you to play into your conservators or your, or your soul archetypes. Sometimes there's conjunctions that happen where that means numbers are repeated. Some people have 222s. You guys don't have any of that. You guys are pretty balanced. So as individually all together, all of you were balanced. Dani, you were pretty balanced. You had more androgynous and submissive energy. Purple Rain, you had more feminine and equal androgynous and equal dominant and equal submissive energy, but was missing masculine neutral energy out of your energies, which is the soul protector. And I'll talk about what the soul protector is in a minute. So you were missing masculine neutral. Dani had androgynous neutral, androgynous dominant, masculine submissive. So she had some form of masculine in there. You didn't have any masculine in there. You had the double feminine and androgynous. Then Miss JewCee, she had double feminine and double submissive, which makes total sense. And she carried some masculine and she carried some dominant energy. She carried some neutral energy and some androgynous. So the soul protector for you, Miss Purple Rain, what's missing and how you can use some of the soul protector. We have pictures too. I have oracle cards that are now living soul cards that I'm working on now as a product, and I got some dope things I'm doing on the back of it, so people can
Hey.
use it. It also is a book will be out in right after Christmas that will go with the cards, and it helps people like how people
This
some
book.
people go to a Bible or some people go to a Quran. This is just a way to be able to look at every day. So every day when I wake up, I lean over and I go, what's the date today? And I do my numbers in my head and I go, okay, it's this energy today. And I promise it's always aligned throughout the day, or when I forget, when something kind of throws me off a little bit and I go, what's the energies today? And it'll say you need more masculine dominant energy today because you've just kind of being very passive and you've been overly working with someone else's crap and you ain't did your own or something. My conservator's like, you need to do your own work. And I'll go, dang it, that makes sense. So, so that's how some people use it. Some people just need it because they just want to be in the range of living better. They don't want to slip to the left or right too far. They want to have a guide. So this is a guidance, intuitive, interpretive guidance system that just helps you to be in this range. If you follow through right here, you pretty much can live a pretty nice, neutral, attracting life. So the soul protector is the picture of that is a man, and it could be a woman too, with long locks, and he's weaving with his hands, sitting in Indian position, sitting up very strong, as if he's weaving information into the earth. And so the soul protector is masculine neutral. Its qualities is well-being of oneself. Now, this is what you should add more into your life, Purple Rain. Fulfilling responsibilities, um, take risk taking, so taking more risk, uh, leading to strategic decisions, which will make you have better growth, and applying strength or influencing by protecting or ensuring your well-being for yourself and others that you are close to. There may be conflicts such as you dealing with uh, fairness, seeking resolution for the greater good. Security, creating a safe and stable environment, ensuring your protection and comfort of oneself. And just, sticking with your morals, um, just making sure you're completing things, fostering a sense of accomplishments and fulfillment. So making sure when you are doing something well to make sure you reward yourself. So that way it protects your spirit. Stick with your endurance. Work harder, it says. Dedicate your effort even more by leading your personality. So therefore people can see your collective achievements. So you may be in one world, but then there may be other outside worlds that don't know of you. And so risk taking means basically maybe coming out of your environments and maybe opening up, because remember, you're a seer. And maybe that might be more teaching, more education, maybe seeing you in a different light. So that's kind of what it's saying. That's missing.
Whatever, sis.
Hmm.
Why are you pointing at me?
Hmm.
But you can't hum like that because I've already started doing that.
Okay, well, I'm glad it was aligned.
EEI is my pageant platform. They not feeling it, but I do it anyway.
Good. Yeah.
Education, eroticism, and intimacy is my pageant platform, JewCee. You know that.
She is pointing to you like,
Get her. Get her. She's so that
what's the
yes,
show
ma'am.
when we were younger? There's a story.
Brady Bunch.
Brady
Brady
Bunch.
Bunch.
Yes, that's exactly what we feel like right now. Because I'm sitting here like,
That's exactly what it feels like. I'm like,
I'm just saying.
wait a minute, hold up. I can't even do it. Okay, so collectively, really quick. So summing it up, this is just a profile reading. There it goes into reading, actually reading you even more. It goes so more in depth than more than what it is. I hope everyone is enjoying what we're doing, we're actually just going over what the living soul is. It's an intuitive, interpretive guidance system that helps people to move
Hey,
better
Eli.
in a certain range, so that way they can just kind of see their lives or get a futuristic um, estimate on how they want to move better. I also can go all the way back in your past and give you phases of when you were in your 20s versus your 30s versus your 40s without you saying anything. I could say things and then you probably think back and go, that was really going on at that time. So I do that too. Now, collectively as a group, what showed up for you guys was
Uh-oh.
um
Everybody get close.
Right.
ding, 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 ding. The promoter showed up where it was missing. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, not the promoter as a collective was very high. The conservator was high and the nurturer. But when I did it this way, the promoter didn't show up when I did you guys separately in a whole different way. So what I mean is I looked at what you had the most showing up collectively before was nurturer.
Mhm.
When I took your actual energies and put it together, the promoter showed up. So before I was just showing you your archetypes, but now it's saying your energy is promoter was the highest as a collective. And so that's kind of right on point why you guys are here, because you're here to educate, you're here, and you also are in this month, the governed month of the promoter. December is soul promoter, and you guys collectively are the soul promoters together. That means that you guys are selfless. You guys like leisure and play. That means I want to be vulnerable to this test. Text the word soul to the 833-635-1943 and you can get a profile reading. But yeah, so this makes sense. And then it falls in place with the conservator together. And the picture of a conservator is a long woman with this long dress on, and she's looking a distance in the mountains, very confident, like almost like a queen, right? But a different queen. It's an AI pick, but the AI pick is that she can see from a distance. And if you come to her, you better come with her with efficient information. It has to be clear and make sense. Better have a little variety because I
Clear,
got
concise communication.
hmm?
3 C's, clear,
Okay.
guys.
Clear,
Yes,
concise
concise
communication.
Yes.
Book
Yes.
coming.
And she has, yes. And I used that the other day. I said, you know what? I'm going to give you this that I got from a friend. And I used it. I said, she's got a book coming out. I wrote it down. And the conservator.
I finally got my printer working. I just wanted everybody to know that. New printer in the house. Ink showed up today. It works. I'm ready.
All right.
Yep, Eli. CCC.
Are we getting
So, Yogi.
Are you going to have an ebook? Yes.
Well, I was going to let her answer that question first about the ebook. Are we doing the ebook or actual book?
Or are you doing both?
Or both?
Whatever my publisher says.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that would be that man.
So,
Barbados.
how you took all of that information and read us collectively, can it be done for families too?
Yes. So it can be done for individuals, families, brothers and sisters, couples, co-workers. So I think it's called the Briggs. You guys heard of the Briggs assessment? So we have people that took the Briggs assessment that were nurses and lawyers, and we've done this collectively with them. And what we were told was this was better than the Briggs. It was more simple, had more clarity. It helped them to see themselves differently versus they're going to take the living soul and actually incorporate it in their job system. So, I mean, because,
So, yeah, I will probably definitely be hitting you up because me and your friend Rhonda need this in our lives.
Okay. No
Me
problem.
and my mama.
Yeah. I got you. Yep. And so I can, yeah, I can pull that, and it all makes sense. I actually started communicating with my daughter more clear. When I started talking from energetics, then she got it. She started listening. Not that she didn't listen, but she was just like, "Mom, you know so much, and I'm not sure where you got it from." She needed validation. But when I pulled her numbers, I just said, "Nurturer wants acceptance. It needs validation. It has to have a vibe." She is a triple nurturer. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that makes so much sense. Why?" Meaning that sometimes she's in her shadows or lower spectrums, and she's still developing because she's only 24. So now I know how to bring information to her a certain way where I can build her conservator or her communicator, because she only has one communicator and three nurturers. So the communicator is saving her from having the three nurturers, because otherwise she would just be an emotional, over giving, can't figure out her vision. She's just gonna do everything for everyone else, you know. So yeah, it does help with families. I've
Ooh, that
had
sound like my child.
well, there's a lot of millennials. This is going to be really good for the millennials because they believe in energy, and also they don't believe in all that extra stuff we got going on. The talks that we have, the way we used to do it. They believe in numbers. So this is a number system, and so because the numbers
Mhm.
don't lie, and they also override, you know, reality. We have to pay attention to numbers, and they understand the 3, 6, 9s and all that. So once I got to talking like that, she understood it. Um, what did show up with all of your highest promoter, soul promoter, and soul conservator and soul nurturer? Those were the highest you had collectively when it dealt with the 9 spectrums of what happens in people's lives. Contribution came up. That was the highest contribution as a collective. So, what does that mean?
Hmm.
If we looked at contribution as a group for you all, in the it could be opportunities and an easy flow. um it also can represent energy between each other, you know what I'm saying? So you guys are pretty much that. If I was to look and see if there was a possible tension, it would be indicates the area of the life where obstacles and struggles may rise in contribution. um, Also motivating and pushing you to overcome the difficulties to make necessary changes. So you want to pay attention to those two. So you can be in a ease and a flow, but when it comes to contributions together, wherever that be, that doesn't have to be money. It could just be whatever it is that when y'all come together, there's a possibility if we're not careful, we could like be very pushy. We don't get the necessary things done that we need done. So those are things that you can look at as a collective. If I was to go into the extreme of that, um, you just also want to make sure that you are creating opportunities for personal growth between all of you, so that way you guys can have resolution immediately, quickly. And as being conservators and also nurturers, you can do that because that's why you guys work. And that's why you guys have lasted this long. Because I was like curious, like, how do they last this long? I mean, they don't have a huge audience and they are just sticking together, honey. So I just wanted to kind of look at it because I'm always talking about you guys all the time. Like, I mean, they just consistent. That's all I know. I mean, it's the most consistent. I mean, they remind me of me. When I did my show, I didn't care what nobody else thought, but I ran that show for 2.5 years. You know, and then it gets to a point where the communicator kicks in, like, we got to make some money, we got to make some dough, right? So this is the part where it starts showing the contribution is very high, that you guys really need to hone on that. And then career job came up, so that could possibly be upscaling and enhancing some skills, some new skills, in order to be able to contribute to continue what you have. Because it is y'all are marrying all the energies together. It's nothing like that sticks out where I'm like, oh God, you better pay attention with this. You guys are really complement each other all together. You got some great archetypes that are working together. And then the other one was A two. Oh, leisure and play. I definitely don't need to say anything about the leisure and play because the leisure and play is why you're here. If you were into the shadows of that, you just want to be mindful as a collective that if we're not contributing and skilling up and enhancing who we are, we can't just be in all that leisure and play and not make no money. Because I say that because you guys are nurturers. And nurturers basically can get into a point of they can be in a lot of activity, a lot of gossip and talk, a lot of collective information and activity, but no money is being made. But because you have two conservators in your group, somehow somebody gonna make sure something happens, and then I'm a conservator, and so I'm over here like I got a little 2 cent too, and maybe I got so I'm trying to make it work too, and also get educated about everything that you guys teach about because I deal with many clients, and sometimes they're having these conversations. My daughter has these conversations, and I don't know what she's talking about, so I had to get on y'all show to learn. And I've been told things like people have called me certain initials, and I didn't know what it meant. And so as a collective, just again, just skill up, whatever that's going to look like, and that goes into more of, if you guys wanted to break me down and quarterly, you're like, hey, every quarter, yeah, we want you to kind of check us on our energies and stuff like that. But that's how it can move um, more than um, more than to a reader. And the reader is basically some people want to be subscribers, and subscribers will pay a certain whatever their affordable amount is per month, and they know they can tune into me, and then I'll shoot out some information. So for those who are already on this talk right now, you guys got in free, so I got you in free. So make sure you do text that number, and I'll put it on there again. You'll get free information on like what the energies and what's happening. Um, Stuff happens in the world. I'm dealing with finances, dealing with relationships. I can go into a rabbit hole with all this. So that's pretty much what the Living Soul is. It is a trademark registered product, and you're going to see it more and more. Most of this, you will hear from others. They know about the human design, for those who are into that. So this is a simple way because the human design is a thick book, and it takes you got to really be well studied. So for those who don't have time to do all that, this is more of a simple way to live and be more balanced. Sometimes people aren't into astrology because of religion. Sometimes people don't understand astrology. Some people don't understand numerology. So we try to make the living soul more simple. And then you also can get a generated automated report. And basically, you'll just go into my calendar and put your date in, and it's going to spit out a whole generated report about 15 pages. You're going to need a profiler like what I just did with you guys to kind of get some questions and answers. But it's really beautiful the way it's been generated. And so we hope to pop it off for 2024. We've been working on it since earlier this year. And right now we just did our first training. It's also good for people who have clients. It's also good for parties. It's also good for vending. So you can go to a vendor's and just get someone's birthday, push the button, bloop, and there it is. And it spits out and it goes straight to their email. So yeah, and you can use any topic you want. So if you want to talk about leisure and play, we can go in that rabbit hole. You want to talk about travel and how to make money, we can go in there. We can talk about your finances, why your money ain't right. So you pick and choose, and we can go there. So that's what the living soul is.
Well, thank you, darling. Oh my gosh. This has been like, this is great for our last show for 2023. This was definitely a wowzer.
Yeah.
Some new information. Our show we don't just talk about, although we talk a lot about sex and we do talk a lot about relationships. This is definitely in the relationship category, and it's something that you can utilize as you work on yourself, your self-love, yourself, how you, or what you've gone through in your life, what you've gone through in your relationships.
Yes.
How do you?
It's also good. It's also good for when you're trying to date. Remember when I first came on the show, we did the preventative, like how can I find out what someone's like?
Mm-hmm.
You can pull the number, you can have it generated before you even meet them and know an idea of who they are. As you see, I just did you guys. I didn't get any information from you. I just pulled from your soul archetypes.
And it's really important that you are able to understand as a person that you are
Mhm.
multifaceted.
That's right.
You're
Yes.
not just one thing normally.
Yes.
Normally, you're multifaceted, and there's some things about you that are wonderful, and you're wonderfully made, and there's some things about you that you might want to improve.
Exactly.
You might want to improve upon, and there's nothing
Yes.
wrong with that. And
That's
there's
right.
some things that are going to be your strengths, and there's some things that are going to be your weaknesses. And when you know
Yes.
what those are, you can really play up to your strengths, and you can really work
Mhm.
on strengthening your weaknesses. So, to Yogi Latin, thank you, my love. Oh my gosh,
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
once
you
again,
for
you're going to text SOUL, SOUL, to
mhm.
833 635 1943. That's text SOUL, SOUL, to
Mhm.
833 635 1943 to have your living soul discovery call. Okay. So make sure you do that. This is going to go up on all of our platforms so people can listen to this anytime. You can let them know that you heard about this on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat, and they'll know which show it was because it was the last one of 2023. So we will be taking a little break, guys, for a couple of weeks because I'm um
Someone needs the number again.
okay. Once again, you're gonna text the word soul, SOUL, to the number 833 635 1943. Okay. So ladies, first of all, happy holidays to you all.
Thank
Enjoy your
you.
families, enjoy your friends. Just make sure you're back here in a couple of weeks. Don't be.
Ain't that right?
I gotta make sure. I gotta sit out
We here. We stuck. You stuck like Chuck, Juicy. Like, bruh. Like,
Stuck
bruh.
like glue.
and for all of our listeners that pop in and join us, happy holidays to all of you and your families. Please be safe during this holiday season. We want to wish you happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, uh,
All that good stuff.
all of the holidays, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. Happy New Year. Make sure you're safe. Do not drink and drive. Us Uber drivers will be out on New Year's Eve, getting you, taking you where you need to go.
Nice.
Remember to tip your driver, okay?
I'm gonna be locked in somewhere, but I got you.
Make sure.
I'll be in the mountains.
I'm not leaving my location once I
There
get
you
there.
I'll be by you, Dani. I'll be close. I'm coming to LA.
Ooh,
Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look,
Yeah.
our little minds working.
man, you can't do that to me. I start to hyper focus, and then it's just all gone. Like, come on, man.
And going into 2024, we will most definitely be having Miss Yogi Latin on the show a lot more to join us.
Thank you.
Going to try to get her on here at least once a month coming up in 2024 based on her schedule and our schedule. But we will be back in 2024 going into season 11 with the beautiful ladies here. Just going to have a great time and more topics and bring back some old topics. It's okay. It's okay. We can do it.
I have officially been here 2 years, y'all.
Really?
I know.
Wow.
It's
That's
so
impressive.
crazy. It's so, you know what? It's great to do this. We love the people that listen to us. We love you guys inviting new people. Next year we're gonna flip the script a little bit. We're gonna spice it up a little bit more.
Look,
So you want to stick and stay. That's you want to stick and.
I mean, I already got
I was
I
gonna
already
come
got
on
my
like
first.
this. I was like, I said, come on today like this. I said, no, I'll wait. I'll say,
We might have a panty party. We're gonna do some.
yeah,
We're gonna
I
do some.
love that.
We're gonna do some great things. We're gonna do some
Frozen
different things.
panties, lingeries, and things.
Yeah, some panty parties, maybe some thong party, maybe something.
I don't know how we're doing that on the computer, but okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I got ideas.
I do too.
Panties, what color panties? I know the men and the ladies will love that. Yeah, what color panties we got on tonight? So you just never know.
We know you do ecstasy. We know you do.
So we're just gonna have some fun in 2024, and I just want to say I love you, ladies, so much. I went. It sounds corny, but I can't do this show without you all. So, let's continue to rock and roll. Let's just keep doing the damn thing. It's fun.
Like
Is there anything that Siren or Miss Purple Rain you guys would like to add before we get out of here tonight?
Stay tuned.
Well, I'm gonna keep it short and simple and sweet too. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Enjoy your family. We love all of you guys. I love my girls. I love you guys. I love the people that watch us. Y'all know y'all my family too. Thank you to everybody that came on here to support me and in turn kept supporting to support me and my sisters.
Nice.
This show is about community. This show is about love, and this show is about education. And I appreciate everybody that comes on here every week to be educated by us and to educate us in turn, because we learn every time too.
Yes.
So days, everyone. And we will see y'all in 2024. Like she said, we got a rockin' line up of things we want to do in 2024.
So everybody make sure.
See y'all next year. We love you guys. Again, stay tuned. Follow Ms. JewCee, Purple Rain, Yogi Latin, and myself, Siren Experience. See y'all next year.
We love you.
See you.
Love you.
Shaka Khan perfume.
Soul Communicator year. Let's go. Make that money. I love to go.